Oofla Lotuk friends, or meant to countdown now. Hey, what's up, Justin? Lord Justin Blanzer of the Principality of Sealand. I'm Joshua Hadley. Welcome back to Trekking the Future. Um, I really liked the new episode of Strange New Worlds. This
Same.
podcast is a Star Trek podcast.
Yes.
There's new Star Trek pod episodes coming out. Isn't that right, Justin?
That is the first two seasons of this podcast. We were a couple years behind on Strange New Worlds, but now we're a couple days. That's it.
Yeah. So they're not brand new, but we're
We're
at
pretty
the
close.
same place
It's
as
what it's
everyone
what
else. Yeah.
Thursday nights I think that they go up.
Yeah.
So we're about a day and a half afterwards.
And the episode is the Space Adventure Hour, and we're going to talk about Lower Decks. We've been going through the comic. We have our game, Checking the Unknown, that we're gonna play.
With a very
After,
questionable DM.
well, isn't that the best kind? We have a poll for you guys on Justin's the generic name Discord server, and we're gonna talk about community later on. So a lot to get into.
Lot to get into.
Wish we could cover all the Star Trek news. There's some exciting stuff going on, like with Academy, but I'm fine with learning more and talking more about this stuff later. Which
Yeah. There you go.
And let's see. Yeah, I have a Labor Day rally coming up. I'll talk about that later. And oh, Justin, I got a new book.
You got a new book? Look at that.
Yep, Critique of Pure Reason
There you
by
go.
Emmanuel Kant.
New
Been
book.
exciting times for me.
Been exciting times for you. They've been times. I don't have a new book, although I have been reading, some new comics. So
Yeah, heck yeah.
on
I
my
really
phone.
like the. Oh yeah, that's the one thing is I thought about that too. Like this is the first time. Well, not the first time, but I got a comic and I'm just reading it on my computer rather than having the book. But
I generally
whatever.
prefer reading like digitally. It's easier for my eyes and everything. So I'm liking it. It's good. My phone's not very
And
big,
good.
so I gotta do like the double tap to make it zoom in on the comics.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. And talking about good, I really enjoyed this week's new episode, a space adventure hour.
Yep.
I really enjoyed the what was the show called? The Last Frontier, their
Yeah.
modified version of the original show's
I
theme.
liked the Kirk actor doing like the kind of like stopping in between words thing that William Shatner like people kind of parody that a lot.
Like you're doing now.
Yeah, yeah. He's kind of doing that during the thing.
Yeah, that was funny, and he didn't speak that way when he wasn't on set. So,
I've been I've mentioned that this is one I've been looking forward to ever since we first found out about it during season 2, I believe, of Trek in the Future. I've been looking forward to it because I like murder mysteries. Fan of those. I was interested in like how they were going to go about it. It was a simulation thing here, kind of a test for one of the characters. It's interesting.
yeah, and they were testing out the holodeck too. I
Yeah.
believe this. I think it's the first time, if I remember correctly, that someone's used this technology, and it doesn't go well, and it ends up almost destroying the ship.
Yeah. Almost destroying the ship and almost resulting in a death of one of the characters.
Yeah, Leon, she gets to go through. I believe that it suggested that she does this and be the tester to go through a game,
Yeah.
and she was one. She figured, oh, I read this series of novels, and I would like to be this character, and she solves mysteries, like murder mysteries, like you mentioned,
Yeah.
and they go into the holodeck. Spock's there. He's like, I'm gonna hang out with you. It's just like, oh, cool, don't bother me in the middle of this.
Yeah,
But
they got a
uh,
little bit of a romantic situation, kind of being teased there at the beginning and then again at the end. So that's interesting. Um, yeah, so she's in the thing. All the characters are basically characters from the actual show, but they're holograms that are playing different characters.
yeah,
So,
it's explained that this is not like the same holodeck from the next generation. That's in the future. This is
yeah,
a prototype, a
yeah,
beta version. So they just get the data from the transporters, like what, and they're able to build off that the information they get from that
mm,
to make characters, and
yeah.
obviously people like Captain Pike, who
I
is
always
on all
like
these missions.
I always like when the Pike actor plays a different character. Well,
It's fun.
very very different characters from him. They're always good.
Yeah, he was like, so in the holodeck, it's not the show, it's these people who make the show, the crew of it, and
Mm.
Pike is like some sort of writer like Gene Roddenberry for
Yeah.
the Gene Roddenberry of the Final Frontier,
Yes. Yes.
and obviously the Kirk, I forget the actor's name. The man who plays Kirk in this show is
Anson
also the
Mount?
lead.
Or no, that's Pike. I don't know the Kirk actor either. I don't know
Yeah.
his name.
Um. Paul Wisely. So he's
Mm.
he's Kirk in the show, and in this show he plays the captain of this show, The Final Frontier, and it is very funny, very cheeky.
Mm.
I really enjoyed this, uh, and I thought the ending was pretty cool of how Leon figured the mystery out of who the murderer was. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. I was thinking like something was a bit up with Spock because so Spock's the one who ended up being the murderer. You find out that he was actually a hologram the entire time and not the real Spock. I was a little iffy on him because he was kind of seeming a little too emotionless, given his current
Yeah,
character arc. But I
I
still
got that
wasn't
too at
quite
the hard
expecting
part.
that. Uh,
Yeah, I got that the hug part. I was like, man, that is
yeah,
strange. I must have picked up on some
like,
other.
like he just got shot before that, right? Like kind of grazed and then getting hugged, and he's kind of just standing there, nothing.
Yeah, yeah, and that's when Leon figured out, well, something's up with Spock.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I really like this well, this arc for Leon. I mean, it's, it sort of goes into trying to think differently, and absolutely loved that this storyline they got for her in this show. Um, and Spock as well. And I think
Yeah,
this
yeah,
yeah, I remember from the teaser trailer thinking Spock was gonna get back with Doctor Chapel, but obviously watching the show, no, that's not what happened. And I actually do like this direction
yeah.
that we're going in.
It's interesting. And I'm with it. And yeah, I like the episode. Again, I was very looking forward to it. I like murder mysteries. It was a fun murder mystery. Um, doesn't have a great score on IMDb, but I think that's because like
Oh, what's the score?
6.7. It's
What?
not awful, but it's not really. But it's like I think it's because people probably consider it like a filler episode, and people tend to hate those.
I didn't think that was a filler episode at all. Actually,
I mean, yeah, I mean there was stuff being pushed with the overall story, and I mean it's a it's meant to be like an episodic show that kind of has an overarching thing. So it's like I'm just trying to think of like why people would rate it so lowly compared to other episodes, but I don't know. I liked it. I had a good time with it. It was fun.
absolutely. Yeah, I'm giving it a 9.
There you go. There you go.
And I don't know, maybe it's because on the top of my Spotify on repeat playlist is what's the songs called? The one that Christina Chong does on the Space Rhapsody
Mm,
soundtrack.
yeah. Don't know the name, but yeah, I
Tra-
know the one you're speaking of.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I got a bias. I'm a big fan. Um, yeah, I don't see this as a filler episode. I felt, I mean, we explained. I don't want to keep repeating ourselves. And like you said, I really liked the characters playing like wholly different characters. Like when it's funny when Leon first runs into the character base that's being played by the Yuhara holograms. Like, like what? Or she doesn't say what she says a real name, but or her name in the story that the holograms playing. Um, yeah, I wasn't quite able to. I didn't. It was hard to calculate a theory on who done it
Yeah.
myself. I mean, because this kept jumping like like this Gene Roddenberry character. What was his name? Um, TK Bellows. He gets very upset that they're replacing him, so of course he'll murder people. And oh, I had a moment like that where he's drinking and he comes out with a pistol, and he he wasn't the murderer, but and that's when Spock gets shot. When they're talking about put the gun away, what are you doing? There was so many funny moments, like um wish we could get into them all, like the set for the Last Frontiers. They try to make it like a cardboard set, like a little bit like it would have been with the not quite like the original series, but they're trying to go for that sort of vibe, maybe a little bit more 50s style of sci-fi.
So, fun little side note here. So you know the part where it's with the Agonian or whatever they're called at the beginning. They're saying we will eat your human food pies. Is it pies or piles? And then you hear someone off screen shouting, "It's piles." That was Jonathan Frakes, who
Oh,
played Commander William Riker in Star Trek: The Next
yeah.
Generation.
It's funny. I've been watching Lower Decks, and this is the only reason I know this. Like, that Paul, when he tries to put his leg over the chair, he's trying to do a Riker maneuver. So that's what that was a reference to too. Because the dude's so tall, he just he takes his leg over a chair before sitting down like that.
Apparently, he directed the episode as well.
Yeah, he directed our favorite episode too. The Lower Decks
Oh
crossover.
yeah, that was a good one.
Oh,
Hmm.
all right. I need a caffeine hit, dude. I'm gonna drink some W.
You gonna drink some W now? You gonna get a little W in your tummy?
Yeah.
It's not
Now
from.
tell,
It's not the W though. This is from the pouch. We got the pouch today.
yeah, I gotta use these up. I got a lot of these.
Yes. Many pouches of W. Not quite the same rhythm to it, but you know, it's all the same when it's in that water.
Yeah, I actually got a subscription to the pouches, and um, I left my UPS job, and I've been using the pouches to drink W at work. It's
Mm,
very easy to drop it
yeah,
into a bottle,
yeah.
pick it up, eat.
You know,
Energy drink right
there
there.
you go.
But
Boom.
now, but now, I can easily just put it into a cup, stir it up,
Sure.
do some science.
Do some science.
Gopher's favorite.
You know, I like the color for this one. You know, it's like kind of like a clearish, but like kind of whitish. It's a very sciencey kind of color. You know.
Oh yeah, tastes great too.
Mm. And
No jitters.
fun fact: if you go on w.gg, you get yourself some W. You go to the promo code section, you put in "Gopher Talk" all one word, or you click the link right in the chat over there or the description if you're watching on YouTube, it applies that code automatically, and you get 10% off your order. Look at that.
Heck yeah. Um, and they got some new cool Japanese flavors that
Mm,
I need to check out one day.
yeah, check them out.
I got I got so many tubs, dude.
So many. So many tubbies of
Yeah,
dummy.
I think I got maybe I think 39 of these packets now, or
Mm,
there's 35 or something like that.
yo. Plenty of dubby. Keep you nice and
Absolutely,
energized.
that's a good deal. And so we were talking about this new comic book. Well, it's an ongoing series. This issue number 3 of the Lower Decks comics. Um,
I think
it came out last year.
the um the last one we're gonna be reading for this season, I believe, like just came out like a week or two before the season of the podcast began. So
Yeah, yeah, and I don't think this has a subtitle. I know. Oh, I didn't know. I found out that sometimes these comics do.
mm,
Um, I will say when I was talking to Robert Shields about starting this show, he always suggested doing starting off checking the future, checking out season 3 of Star Trek Discovery. He said that Lower Decks isn't great because you have to have pre knowledge of Star Trek to really enjoy it. And for the show, I don't think so. Like, I think it's well enough written that it stands up on its own.
yeah.
Um, like this comic though, like some of these jokes, I feel like if you haven't watched Star Trek, you wouldn't like be like you wouldn't like. Oh, I get what the like because they're doing some reference humor in
Mm.
here.
I feel like usually when it happens, I'm at least able to tell it's a reference to something from Star Trek's past, even if it's not something I specifically know about.
Yeah, and I feel that too, because some of these things I do understand, like the Borg or whatever. I might be missing some of these references,
Mm.
but I will say the main plot was pretty interesting. They find um, what is it called? A well, the universe. It's becoming more stable, and so it's creating another universe that's going to replace our universe, all the physics, and make it
Yeah,
wonky. Um,
yeah. It's
not
funny.
quite sure. Yeah,
It's funny. Like we started the season of Trek in the Future, we talked about how like Stranger Worlds had the little tendency to kind of do the whole, the world's at stake thing a bit too often, and we were like, yeah, well, this comic book's not like that. At least, it's characters who are in smaller things, and now here we go. The whole universe is being replaced.
yeah. Well, they explain it very well. They got this
Yeah.
little cowboy ball. That's cute. I really like
I
that.
like that part. Yeah.
They do a much better job of explaining what exactly is going on. It's just the idea is that the universe, this one is stable as is, but um, we might not be in a bowl, but rather like a hole
Yeah.
in a like in a hill, and
Yeah.
perhaps where we're at, we could be bounced out of that stability and find a even more stable um area to for the I'm not quite sure like what the ball exactly is supposed to be except the universe
Yeah.
because it becomes once it's now more stable, it's replacing this universe.
Yeah.
I tried to explain that this place.
It's all sciencey, yeah. It was interesting, and despite the fact that it's the universe being replaced, It's they still kept it nice and lighthearted and had some good funny moments in there. Uh, the
Yeah,
end, I believe like they ended up like getting sucked into one of the things or like taken into it, so kind of got like a cliffhanger.
the new expanding
Yes,
universe.
they're so that it ends with them like just being gone. So we're kind of we get the cliffhanger there and see how that goes next week. Looking forward to that.
Absolutely. The little teaser
Yeah.
image just has Bradford and Tendy like looking all um villainous towards the Cerritos, and their eyes are white like they're storm or something.
Mm, mm, interesting.
And um I did like one of the references I mentioned, we got a couple minutes, I might as well go deeper into this comic,
Yeah.
is Badgie. I did watch the show with our pal Kitty, and I really like Badgie. I think he's funny,
Mm.
but
Is
I like
the
reading.
little logo?
Yeah, but reading what it has to say here, like I don't know if you'd understand like why it's funny if you didn't know like Badgie's Bradford's creation, or not Rutherford's creation, uh, in a as a program,
Yeah.
and he was mean to it, so Badgie tries to kill him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny, and like
Mm,
reading the comic, and I never really looked at the beginning much of the credits or whatever. Yeah, this page here, and I decided, you know what, I like I took some time reading through this, and decided I'll read this little Badgie thing. I haven't been, but
mm,
checked it out, and yeah, it's funny, but
mm.
like I said, it's sort of like reference humor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like the planet they go on, where the whole planet is made out of an race. I almost said alien, and that's something that was brought up in the episode that we just watched, A Space Adventure Hour.
Yeah.
Um, Paul, the actor, he makes the comment of like, well, there wouldn't be the aliens because we're the ones coming here. So they, I just want to bring that up really quick. But they go to this planet that has a race of people that they're like counselors, and so they give them all job evaluations.
Yeah. That was fun. But we actually got a little bit of like sort of a character arc thing going on with one of the characters too. That like the guy with the eye thing who's he's like
Yeah, Rutherford.
I should be more efficient than I am because like
Yeah,
his thing I think they said like his thing was problem solving, and so he was like kind of
because he's an engineer.
yeah he's kind of like really wanting to push himself further now.
Yeah, and that's you know, since we got him in it, it sort of reminds me of the ter. People talk about how gender was it dysphoria, or was it like they talk about how horrible some operations can be, but some men feeling like you're not manly enough or whatever, they'll do wild things to um try and make themselves think that they could fill this role better.
Mm.
I was it spine stretching, or I can't remember all these things. Like I've never been interested in it myself. Like the body I have is fine. I mean, I got some transhumanist tendencies. I got my glasses here, but I didn't go quite as far as Rutherford.
Mm.
It's an interesting point that I didn't. I sort of glossed over. Like I do remember that arc, but yeah, it's yeah, quite interesting. Uh, yeah, unfortunately, some people, and Rutherford serves in this camp. I get his frustration, but it is better always like the result, or
Yeah.
like, oh, I did this by this measurable amount. Is the measurement important? You
Hmm,
know.
yeah.
Um, and we only got a minute before we go into our song poll, but
Yes.
I get frustrated with our economic system because all we measure is financial capital, not human capital or natural capital. Um, yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't want to get too far into the weeds of the circular economy, regenerative economics, but four gophers got me into it. Now talking about this stuff.
Now, speaking of the song poll, so you want to
Yeah.
explain what's going on there?
So we decided we're doing a Dungeons and Dragons type game with AI as a dungeon master, and figured, oh, we have like our own Star Trek type show. We're basically pretending that we have, so it would need the show would need a intro or a theme, right? Like, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. Every
I
show
mean,
gotta have some type of theme, some type of
I
intro.
mean, come on, even Extreme Pro Wrestling had a theme. Our show, MLW Underground had a theme. Like, we should get one too, right?
So we will be posting a poll in the Gopher and Tuck Discord server. Link in the description if you're watching on YouTube. It's in the chat there if you're in Twitch. And
Let's see.
it'll
Let's
be
go.
Josh picked an option, I picked an option, and you, the lovely fans out there, will be deciding which of these two songs will be the theme song for our little D&D Star Trek show, essentially.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna play them, but I will explain. I thought about this, and I remember. Well, I know that the I watched the motion picture, and then I mean, obviously, I checked out the Next Generation
Yeah.
after some time, and reading online, I do know the themes are similar. So Gene Roddenberry liked the theme from the motion picture so much he wanted to reuse that for the Next Generation. And going through the themes on Spotify, it seems like they used it in some of the movies again. But I really like the Wrath of Khan theme, and that's my introduction to Star Trek. I, I really like it, and I think it'll be really cool if a show does use that one again. So that's why I decided to go with. You were thinking a little bit of a different direction.
A little bit of a different direction. Okay, so I thought, you know what? My guy, right? My character in this campaign, he likes his food. You know, he likes to eat. And you know what else he likes? He likes other people eating. You know,
Yeah.
specifically, he likes women eating, and he likes all of that food going straight to one specific part of their body. And so, my choice, Sir Mix-a-Lot's Baby Got Back.
Oh heck yeah! I like big butts. I cannot.
That's the kind of
I can
vibes
see
we're
it.
looking for here.
I can see it. Man, I wonder why I use that song as a entrance song for one of the people in my Moose Nugget wrestling backyard wrestling. I was really enjoyed that.
So those are going to be the options. You'll be able to go vote on it in the Discord, the Trick in the Future channel, and we'll share the results of that poll next week.
Heck yeah. Um, yeah, just join the server. It'll be on the Trek in the Future channel, and um, well, yeah, you don't even need to show us your ID or anything,
Yeah,
or hopefully Discord isn't asking for that.
you know, if
And
you're
we're
in
not.
if you're in the UK, it might.
Oh man,
Mm.
that's really annoying. Well, Well, let's get away from politics and talk about Labor Day.
There you go, Labor Day.
September 1st. The Green Party of Alaska is
September
getting
1st,
in
10 days before a very fun day, TJ's birthday,
10 days before DJ's birthday.
where nothing else of significance has happened on that day. And if it did, I forgot.
Me too. I can't remember, but I do. But that's all you remember. Like it's TJ's birthday is in 10 days. Oh, it's Labor Day.
There you go.
And we're going to. I'm looking at venues to rent. I am looking at making. We're creating a Labor Day committee for people to join. Um, and I'd like to do a march. I will reach out to the city Monday and discuss this with people, and I will go around to the different businesses and whatnot and talk to the labor leaders around town and see if they'd be willing to participate and pitch in. Has to be a collaborative effort, though. Well, I like it if I don't have to pay for everything.
Mm.
Depending on what we do, I think it will depend on that. I'm willing to get the money for a venue, um, but if we're gonna do hot dogs, hamburgers, food, uh,
Gotta
I
get
think
them
I'll need,
glizzies.
yeah, yeah, and I think people would want that.
Mm.
We'll see. I'll create a budget this weekend, and I'll have more information by next week for you guys, and we'll be ready to pitch on what we'll need for Labor Day. But and I'm saying all this because Labor Day, what we need is strong solidarity, and it like it wouldn't really be a Labor Day. I feel if it was just me doing it,
Yeah.
and that that's not how businesses happen. Um, for more info, you can hit me up on Discord. We gotta work on the some stuff with the Green Party of Alaska and get that figured out. But all the information will be ready. I'm working on brochures this weekend. I'm almost finished with I'm almost finished with one to show to people and ask them how they feel about it, and I'll have one ready hopefully by Tuesday or something. Once if I can get a venue figured out, I'll get all that info on there. Anyway,
Yeah. Real
um,
quickly, your webcam has frozen.
ah,
Yes. We have a very mildly
restart
perturbed
video.
looking Josh.
I stopped it and restarted it.
It's still just the same
I didn't think it would fix it. No.
frozen image. I'll disconnect you and then just go back to the link and I'll send the link again. There we go. It's a different link this time.
All right.
There we go. We'll get him back in here and then we'll get on with Trekking the Unknown.
Yeah, episode 2.
Episode 2 of Trek in the Unknown.
Before-
Episode 2 of Trek in the Unknown on episode 3 of Trek in the Future. After we
Yeah.
watched episode 4 of Strange New Worlds.
Absolutely. And so what this is we're doing a thing like Dungeons and Dragons kind of.
And
I have
you're back.
to what's that?
I was saying you're back. You're back on the webcam.
I'm back. Yeah.
Back.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right, so we're doing like a deal like Dungeons and Dragons. I'm a captain,
Yes.
and he's a science officer. We're rolling 20. I got to get that ready. Get my die.
Yeah, I'm using a website called dnddiceroller.com, and it just gives you a die right there. Boom, easy, nice and easy.
Let's see. All right. We're going to a space station for shore leave, right?
Okay.
All right. We're gonna. I have put this thing in. I've got my die ready, and an AI. I mentioned this earlier is our dungeon master, and so this is episode 2. Gahin grudges.
There we go.
Starbase Cerberus. All right, so arrival at Starbase Cerberus after the run-in with the temporal anomalies and reductant engineers last week. The USS Calipo docks and rests and resupply. Captain Lucian Damaris, that's me, has declared mandatory shore leave. All right, you gotta take a break, Gopher. Okay.
Okay, all right. I'll take a break.
All right. In a crowded Prolamade food court, Josephus is devouring something called a cal. See, cholesterol taco when he bumps into Lieutenant Berter, a towering Klingon security officer from House
Oh
McGet.
no. Oh no.
Berter sneers at Gofoid's toolkit, crumb-covered uniform, and nasal tone. What is this? Snack soaked rodent? Does it serve a purpose or simply leak optimism? Hey, buddy, I may look like an appetizer, but I'll write your Bethel to play Space Girls if you want to talk smack again. The crowd gathers, tension rise. Someone shouts, "Honor duel!" I get in. I get on the communicator. Captain, your engineer maybe about to do a Klingon with a sandwich. Oh, I get the call from that person. All right, so what action would you like to take, Gopher? Josephus?
I would like so I. You say it was a cholesterol taco? Is that what I'm eating?
It's what the word looks like. Kind of no, I said cholesterol, but it sounded like I said cholesterol. Like key tralil or something
All
like
right.
something.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw that right at Berter's face.
All right, let's see. Can you roll a die for me and tell
All
me
right.
what you get?
Just a D6 or
D20.
D20. Okay. Boop. And boom. I got a 1.
Oh,
No.
all right. Let's see what happens.
Oh no.
Damn.
It's unfortunate.
All right. He throws it. Roll 1, critical failure. The camera goes slow motion. Josephus narrows his eyes. The greasy, overstuffed synthetic protein lace cathedral taco spins through the air, a majestic arc of sauce and defiance, and completely misses Berter. It just hits the wrong Klingon. Commander Rakshas, a liaison to Starfleet intelligence, seated
no.
nearby with a dignified goblet of blood wine and a perfectly starched stash, takes Taco to face. With honor, wounded. His wine soiled. His patience gone. I do not know who you are, small, soft creature, but you have declared war on my dry cleaning budget. I was aiming for the mean one, and technically the taco was unstable ordnance. So a food fight erupts. Klingon, Bolin merchants, Ferengi, kiosk owners, and particularly irate Idronian bartenders join the chaos. I arrived to find no fewer than 4 security reports already filed. In the in the brig, makeup untouched and deeply unamused, I stand outside with the cell with where Josephus sits, still munching on the backup taco he hid in his boot. You're aware, Mr. Josephus, that initiating food-based conflict with an intelligence officer of the Klingon High Command is sub optimal. Yeah, I would agree. So what you're saying is, I gotta throw better. I'm putting you on food replicator duty for a month. So you get one less empathy, +1 Federation diplomatic stress token. I
Oh,
get
no.
that.
Well,
And now the Klingons are a recurring rival.
all because I rolled a critical failure on throwing a taco. Mm,
Yeah, let's see
tragic.
what we got a minute here. In the epilogue, later a mysterious package arrives for Josephus and engineering. Inside, a frozen gold-plated cathedral taco with a note: "Next time, aim true. from R.
You know, I mean, it tracks. I'm not very good at throwing things, so it does track.
Even the die knew.
See? Yeah, there you
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wanted to give you a turn, so I had you roll first. And if being a disaster, I'll go first next next week. Anyway. Anyway, let's talk about what's happening on Gopher and Tuck. I see you're playing that game, Life of Pi, and Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Yes, so Donkey Kong Bonanza is still going for the Gopher Sans Tuck series. We have Life of Pi's DLC Overture on Gopher Tuck. We also have Indiana Jones and the Great Circle being played by Brandon for Gopher and Tuck. The Tuck Thursday episode's going out. GM Battle, sorry, is still going every Sunday. Uh, as far as what we're recording, we're still recording Indiana Jones. It's pretty late the game. I am still recording Donkey Kong Bonanza. I've also started recording Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, which will be going up at some point after Donkey Kong Bonanza. Probably do a smaller series as well. There was a game that was announced during the Nintendo Partner Direct the other day by Square
Yeah.
Enix. It's called The Adventures of Elliot.
Huh.
It's a new 2D HD or HD 2D, whatever it's called, game. It's a very, very like sort of Legend of Zelda top down, like Link to the Past kind of gameplay.
Grand Theft Auto 2.
Yeah. I'm always a fan of that, so I'm thinking that might be one. It's supposed to come out next year, so I'm probably gonna play that for Gopher Sunsuck at some point next year. I mentioned to Josh before this recording session, I pre-ordered Silent Hill F for the October Halloween activities on Gopher and Tuck. I'll be playing that as well as in co-op with Brandon, Little Nightmares 3. First game in the series to have co-op. That'll be coming out this October. We'll be playing that together.
Oh, hell yeah.
And no Resident Evil this year. Our first year without Resident Evil since that tradition began. But there's a new Resident Evil game coming out early next year, which means 2026 will be a return for Resident Evil on Halloween on Gopher Tuck.
I remember when you played the first Resident Evil game with the tank controls.
Speaking of not tank controls, but we're also recording Max Payne for the Game Boy Advance right now, which not tank controls, but I am getting a lot of back in 1995 PTSD. I'm gonna let you in on something here immediately. There are cheat codes being used because there's no way I would be beating. There is no way I would get even close to beating this game without cheats. Because if you run out of lives, you have to start at the very beginning of the level. There are parts in this game you get 5 lives. Each level you get 5 lives. You can't get any more. You get 5 lives. There are parts of this game where I've died like maybe 15 times in a row from just one enemy. Like just walk in the room and I immediately die like 15. It's a rough time, but you know I think we're like a little over halfway. Actually, I think we're closer to being done with it. We're almost probably like half an hour away. But yeah, that's happening. That'll be going up after the Lies of P DLC is finished uploading, or was already uploaded, but finished going live. And then it'll be a return to a series from 4 years ago that we had to stop because there was a glitch in the game preventing me from continuing. But now I'm playing the Nintendo Switch version, Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. Finally, will be returning to the channel. I replayed the game up to where I was at in the initial playthrough. The glitch is no longer an issue, so that'll finally be continuing. The biggest gap between episodes of a series in the channel history, 4 years. We got that. I plan on doing Brothers, the remake of the game Brothers came out like a year, I think like last year, maybe this year, I don't know. That's gonna be a Gopher Sans Tuck series as well as Inside. I think it's the one. Yeah, because I already played Limbo, so Inside is gonna be another one.
Yeah, I don't remember if we said today a Gopher Sans Tuck is when Gophers with Sans Tuck, not Tuck
Yes.
Lucy.
Yes, there is no no Tuck. It's basically my version of Tuck Thursdays, except it's every day because I have a
Every
lot
day.
of free time on my hands.
It's like gruesome day.
Yes, it is like Rusev Day. So we have all of that going. I'm still every week streaming Elden Ring Night Rain with Jeff. We have they finally added a 2-player mode, so we don't need a rando. Although we might still want one because we tried yesterday and didn't go too well for us. We won one of
Uh,
3 attempts. So, but we're gonna be doing that I think on Wednesday next week, and we might have an extra. A pal of mine, Ty from Baltimore, one of Brandon's in real life, he might be joining
Carol.
us. Yes, he might be joining us. Uh, so that's we could potentially have a trio for the first time now that they finally added duo mode. Um, all that's going on. Obviously, we have this podcast every week, every Saturday on
Yep.
Twitch, every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time on Twitch, and then it gets uploaded to YouTube at 3 p.m. same day. All that's going on. And then
Yeah.
there you go. Plenty of
Check out the
things.
Discord server and get notifications whenever Gopher goes live, and on the schedule page, all the new videos get
Yeah,
posted.
there's a tag. There's an at everyone or at all or whatever it is tag whenever we go live on Twitch because that's kind of a time based thing. So we're like, hey, this is happening, but no tag for the episodes, but you can find all the episodes on there.
Absolutely. And I mean, you mentioned, since that was a long ad and we're not quite to our next thing yet, though, I want to mention you doing something with Brandon's IRL friend. Makes me wonder if, like, you went to the same school as Dark.
I mean, I can't deny he might have went to the same school as me. I don't know. I may never know.
I better not. Well, what we're talking about is sort of our old EFED community.
This is a transition.
And and yeah, I decided to bring up community because I was figuring of something to talk about outside uh, all the media and go into the philosophical ideas they're putting out there. We recall at the end of the episode that we watched that see, I'm just looking here, sorry. Um that Noyata, she goes to poor Scotty, well, I mean poor, and tells him like, hey dude, there's over 200 people you could get to help you here, and ultimately it did help a lot that Uhura went to him and said, hey, I got a crazy idea that could work. If he did reach out one time saying, "Oh, hypothetically, what's going on?" Like obviously he didn't want help, but it
Yeah,
was much needed,
it
and
was.
it's something unfortunate where people feel like um they, they don't want help from people, or feel like they're bothering to ask.
Yeah.
There's that trope of like man will never like stop and ask for directions. And I mean, it shouldn't be that way.
Yeah, you know, you got people available to help. You feel free to ask.
Absolutely. And community is important too. And there's the Gopher and Tuck community.
Yep.
We got your main event man, Muffin.
Yep.
Um, it and I bring that up because it's not all. It doesn't. Well, now that we have the internet, it doesn't always have to be like when we think community, just in person. I mean,
Yeah.
there's such a big online communities now too. Like people got married in World of Warcraft and other games like that. Um, and there's a huge Star Trek community, and it's fun to interact with them. I started becoming more more engaged with social media just recently again. Like I had my Blue Sky account for a long time, but I just never bothered with it
Yeah,
until deciding I need to get on there and talk about Star Trek.
you know, gotta get on there. Gotta talk about Star Trek.
Yeah, I think it's better than going on there and talking about politics, but that's something I think I'll need to do as well.
Mm,
Another community that I'm involved in, Gopher is
mm,
a member, though he's not as active as the Green Party. We got our national annual meeting this weekend, and there's I believe there's a workshop or something starting at 8 o'clock. Though I'm not gonna jump onto a Zoom call right after doing a podcast.
mm.
I'm gonna take some kind of break between that,
Mm.
and I got chess club today.
Yeah.
I'll see if I'll
Another
do
thing
any
you could talk
calls on
about on Blue Sky with the community, with the chess community.
and the chess community. The chess punks, they're great. I do miss talking to them on Twitter, but
Mm.
I don't want to be on Twitter anymore. Um,
Fair.
Now that I'm not working, I might jump back on Facebook, but just to make a page.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to be like browsing through Facebook and liking posts or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of like scrolling through there, and it might just be the algorithm. I know that they've experimented with just giving people negative posts all the time, and the
Mm.
algorithm picking some people just to give positive posts all the time, and they might have made some findings, just decided to permanently do that for whatever the algorithm decides. So like how all these bots figure out, oh, we need to check if this person has is of age now. I've heard that's a thing now.
That on YouTube, that's gonna be they're gonna be using like AI to deter. They're gonna be ignoring what a person puts in their profile as their age, and using AI to determine if people are underage, which obviously is not gonna go well. Like there's no YouTube algorithm has ever worked out that well. Um,
Yeah.
so that's gonna be an issue. There's gonna be a lot of people who are 20 something, 30 something, whatever. They're gonna not be able to watch their favorite YouTubers curse because an AI said that they're actually a teenager.
Son of a nice lady. God, can you believe that? And that's gonna ruin some of these online communities, and
Yeah,
it's frustrating
yeah,
because, um, there's no reason. I mean, Google has enough money; they could pay people to like figure out this issue that they have of children going onto their site and watching the videos. Um, I know back when they had that lawsuit, everyone was concerned about censorship, but it's true. Google was going around telling people, "Oh, um, we don't. You can give us. You don't have to worry in investing in money in us because kids they could just pass the age restrictions and watch whatever videos, and
hmm.
they're just flaunting that around, and of course that became an issue.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the way things are going, we might end up getting to the point where you need the whole uploading IDs of yourself online just to fucking watch YouTube videos.
Might happen.
You know,
I
might.
didn't see us going this direction, but here we are.
Yeah, I mean, it started off with like porn sites in America, and then like now Europe is doing it for a bunch of different things. Like I saw someone say they can't access their messages on Instagram unless they use it like uploaded a picture of their ID.
And
Saying.
it's not really to protect us, or at least not in America. like these companies that reason it's glad I got off Facebook is they take our information and sell it.
Yeah.
Um, and honestly, if I get hit with that, like I seen someone got hit with that using Spotify. If they do that, I'll just cancel my
Yeah.
premium.
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking about doing that anyway, just to have some sort of budget, do some sort of budgeting, and then get on that. But yeah, YouTube, like that'd be a big hit, but I don't want to be giving these people my ID. Like I'm buying alcohol or getting weed or something. I
Yeah.
guess
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
want to,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. But it's unfortunate too because I have been getting a lot of my news from YouTube, like Kyle Kalinske, but
Yeah.
there's different avenues. I hope there's at least different avenues. Maybe there won't be,
I mean, it's slippery slope.
and that could ruin communities because I'm not gonna get the news. I won't be able to. But hey, actually, that shows why communities could make us anti-fragile because say we aren't able to use YouTube anymore or Spotify for I know you like to go on there and listen to Joe Rogan. Well, you can
I
talk to
I
people.
use Apple Music.
Anyway, good joking aside. Um,
Also,
if you
really
have a
quickly,
community,
just a small thing. You brought up Kyle Kalinske. I got jump scared yesterday by one of his videos. It was talking about the Sydney Sweeney jeans ad thing. The thumbnail had him like in a shocked expression with like all black hair. I was like, "What the hell happened here?" And I hope he is still
I
planting
didn't see
mud.
that thumbnail. I missed
Yeah.
it. That's fun.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, if you're in a community and you can be anti-fragile to wild changes, and I feel like hopefully people can continue connect, and
Not
sometimes that includes doing it in person.
not Xbox Connect though. That thing didn't work that well.
Oh yeah, that thing didn't work. Well, this is a really fun episode of Trek in the Future. I really enjoy. Unlike the people on IMDb, I really enjoyed this week's episode of Star Trek.
Same, same.
Uh,
It was a fun time. Oh, we
the
got.
comic was fun. Yeah.
Let's get the preview for next week. They're probably not gonna have a
Oh,
description, but it's called "Through
yeah.
the Lens of Time."
Mm.
Interesting name for that one. Stars David McInnes and Ishmore. Is David? You said that was the Kirk actor, the young Kirk.
Paul. His name's Paul.
Oh, okay. So who are these two? Let's see. Show picture. Okay, I don't know David McInnes, and I don't know Ish Morris. So the two stars of this ones are, I guess, new characters, possibly. Interesting.
Let's see.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just went to IMDb. It wasn't on the memory alpha, but
Yeah.
they're Rex and Najal. Najal.
Hmm.
Well, I'm certainly looking forward to it. This has been a really good season so far. The comics have been really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, you rolled a one. I mean, it's gonna happen.
I mean,
So,
let's be honest. That was the most realistic outcome for that.
absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Well, guys, check out Gopher's Discord. We'll be back here on Twitch next week and YouTube.
Yes, and YouTube.
And maybe one day we'll be in the fillings of your teeth. But until then, live long and prosper.
Live long, prosper. See you next week.